Good morning, children. Today we will look into a fresh chapter, which is chapter number 1, which is called fractions. Fractions means what? We are going to discuss what is fraction. We will be learning about addition, multiplication, division and subtraction in fractions, the types of fractions, like fractions, unlike fractions, mixed fractions, improper fractions, all the type of fractions we will be looking in this chapter. Okay, so for that we are going to see these examples. See, they have given one big cake and they have given 2 people. So how will you divide the cake? If there are only 2 people and there's a cake like this, how will you divide? You will divide into half. That is, you will be dividing the cake into half and you will be giving one half to one person, the other half to the other person. Now, in this case, the same cake I have, but we have 3 persons. So, how will I divide? I will be dividing this cake into 3 parts, like 1/3 of the cake. That is, each person will be getting 1/3 of the cake. Now, if I have 4 people and if the cake is there, how will I divide the cake? I will be dividing the cake equally into 4 parts. So that will be called 1/4. So all these are examples of a fraction. That is, fraction is a part from the whole. It is a part taken from the whole. This is the whole portion. I am going to take a part from the whole portion. So fraction means we are going to take or remove a part from the whole. So these are all the examples. If there are 2 people, the denominator, this is called denominator. We will see in the next page. The below one is called the denominator, the top one is called the numerator, and the middle line is called the line which we use for fraction. So I am going to divide the cake, that is one cake, that is 1, that is what this 1 is there mentioning. Then I am going to divide this one cake into 2 parts. So that is why it is 2 is in the denominator. Now in this case I am going to divide the same single cake, that is 1 cake into 3 parts. So the denominator is 3. Here I have a cake, the same single cake, and I am going to divide it into 4 parts. So that is the denominator is 4. Okay, now we will see all the explanations. So this is what the divisions of the cake is. So what is the fraction? The whole is divided into small parts and each part is called as fraction. Okay, like this example. See, the shaded portion is 1/2. We have 2 parts and only one portion is shaded. So it is 1/2. Here I have 3 parts and only one portion is shaded. So this is 1/3. And similarly I have 4 parts but only one portion is shaded. So this is 1/4. Now coming to the try this. You can do this, try this as homework. I will do the first one. See, look at this circle. How many parts it is totally divided? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have the total parts as the denominator. So write the line like this and put 8 below. Now how many parts are shaded? Only 1, 2, 3. Only 3 parts are shaded. So this should be 3/8. Look at this rectangle. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 into 3 I will be getting, out of 15 I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 parts are shaded. So these 2 you can take as example. Now we can express the quantity of water as fraction. Okay, we can express the quantity of water as fraction. I am giving you a closer look. Look, this is a 1 liter cup. Okay, and in the first one they have given totally 1000 ml. Okay, now in the second one we will see they have given us 200, 300, 400. This is 250 by 1000. This is 250 by 1000. Which one? The second one. Third one, what is that? Third one is 750 by 1000. Okay, 750 by 1000. And this one is, the last one is 500 by 1000. Okay, that is the total measuring is 1000 ml and the water is filled only in 250 ml in this jar, 750 ml in this jar, and 500 ml in this jar. Okay, now coming to the third one. Write the fraction of shaded part. You have to write the shaded part. Okay, similarly to our second one. So this is also homework. You can do. I'll do the first one. You can do the two things. So how many parts I have? I have 3 parts. Put that in the denominator. How many parts are shaded? 2 parts are shaded. So 2 by 3. Okay. Now write the fraction that represents the dots in the triangle. Okay, the dots in the triangle. How many dots are there in the triangle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So inside the triangle I have 6. But totally how many dots I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 into 4, 24. So the total is 24. But inside the triangle I have only 6. Similar way you can do this as homework, because this is how to find the fraction for the shaded region. Okay, now coming to the equivalent fractions. Equivalent fractions, see, it is very easy to understand. Now, what we discussed, 1 by 2 is a fraction. Take an example, 1 by 2. Here, this 1 is called numerator. Okay, numerator. My 2 is called denominator. Okay, now this is the fraction line. This line should be there. Then only we can understand this is a fraction. Now, if I take this 1 by 2 and I am multiplying the numerator by 2, okay, then I have to multiply the denominator also by 2. Then only they will be equivalent. Equivalent means whichever function I am performing for my numerator, whichever number I am multiplying with the numerator, the same number should be multiplied with the denominator also. Then only this is called equivalent fraction. We just put equal to sign and we can say 1 into 2, 2 by 2 into 2, 4. Okay, now what will be the next equivalent fraction? Say 1 by 2, I can multiply by 3 and the denominator also by 3. Numerator by 3 and denominator. So this is 3 by 6. Now 1 by 2 into, again the next equivalent fraction I can find out, 4 by 8. So the numerator is nothing but the 1 tables and the denominators are all nothing but your 2 tables. So the equivalent fractions can be reduced. Reduced means what? I can commonly divide. Say 3 by 6. So 3 and 6 together will go in the 3 table. Is it not? 3 into 1, 3. 3 into 2, 6. So both 3 and 6 are appearing in the 3 table. So the common factor will be 3. Now if I divide the numerator by 3, and again I have to do the same thing for the denominator. So what will happen? It will become 3 divided by 3, it will be 1, and 6 divided by 3, it will be 2. So this is the same thing which I will be getting at the back. So equivalent fractions are nothing but the multiplicants of the given fraction, and which can be reduced back to the original fraction. Okay, so this is a concept you should be understanding. If you go through this portion, you can know better, and you can see this example. They have given for 3 by 4 and 2 by 7. For 3 by 4, see, they are asked 3 equivalent fractions. So they are multiplying 1 by 2, the next one is by 3, next by is 4. Okay, similarly for 2 by 7, they have found out other 3 equivalent fractions. Okay, now for this, try these, you can do this. What will be this? Say, when will I get 9? When I multiply 3 with 3 only, I can get 9. Now, if I multiply the numerator with 3, the same 3 I have to multiply with 5 also. Is it not? So, I have to multiply the denominator also with 3. So, what is 5 into 3? It becomes 15. So, in the box, I should get 15. Now, coming to this portion. Okay, now, I want to find the numerator. I have no clue. So now I go to the denominator. Now with what if I multiply I get 28. That is, with what number I should multiply 7 to get 28. That is, I have to multiply by 4. If I multiply 7 into 4, I will be getting 28. So otherwise I can say 28, if I divide by 4, I can get 7. Similarly, if I divide the numerator also by 4, so what will be this? 16 divided by 4, it will be 4 here. Okay, you should be thorough with the tables. Then only you can handle this sums very easily. Okay, so you be thorough with the tables for the next class onwards. Okay, now coming here to the same situation like this. When I divide 15, with what number will I get 3? 15 I should divide by 5, I will get 3. When I divide the denominator by 5, the same thing I should do with the numerator also. So the numerator will become 2. Okay, now in this case, this is the multiplication case again. So when 42 divided by 48, 42 and 48 will be appearing in the 6 tables, is it not? Both of them will appear in the 6 tables. When 6 6 are 36, 6 7s are 42 and 6 8s are 48. So both of them are appearing in the 6 tables. In whichever case 6 8s are 48 and 6 7s are 42. So I can directly write 7 here. For that you should be very thorough with the tables. Okay. Now what are we going to use these fractions and how are we going to apply the fractions? Okay. Now we are going to compare. Compare means what? We know whether it is greater fraction or a smaller fraction. For that, say they have given an example. You have to compare 2 by 5 and 1 by 3. Take the given fractions. 2 by 5 and 1 by 3. You have to compare who ate most. You have to compare these two fractions. See, we have to understand one thing. This is, we have the concept called like and unlike fractions. Like fractions means the denominator will be the same. Say, if this is the like fraction. Like fraction means my denominators will be the same. What in case of unlike? Unlike means opposite. So it will be like this situation. 2 by 5 comma 1 by 3. I can say 2. 1 minute. 2 by 5 comma 1 by 3. This is the denominators are different. So they are called unlike fractions. In case of unlike fractions, we cannot just compare the numerators. Only in case of like fractions, I can directly compare the numerators and I can say 3 by 5 is more than 2 by 5 because 3 is greater than 2. Only I compare the numerators. Whereas in my unlike fractions, I cannot directly say like that. In this case, I have to use my LCM concept, which we have learnt in the last term. We have learnt this LCM, least common multiple. That is for 5 and 3. I cannot find a common multiple for this except 1 because both 3 and 5 are prime numbers. So my LCM will be nothing but 5 into 3, which is equal to 15. Okay, with 15 as my LCM, I have to find out the equivalent fractions. If I want to get 15, எனக்கு இங்க 15 வேணும் அப்படினா with what number I should multiply 5. Okay, say the 5 tables. Start saying the 5 tables. 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10, 5 threes are 15. So I have to multiply my denominator by 3. So in this case I have to multiply my numerator also by 3. So this is 6 and the same comma I can put my comma. Now coming to the second fraction. With what number if I multiply I will be getting 15. Say the 3 tables. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 3 threes are 9, 3 fours are 12, 3 fives are 15. So I have to multiply the denominator by 5. When I multiply the denominator by 5, I have to multiply the numerator also by 5. Okay, so this is nothing but 6 by 15, comma 5 by 15. Now I have made my denominators same. Okay, and I have made the denominators same. So I can directly compare the numerators alone. In this case, 6 by 15 is greater than 5 by 15. What is 6 by 15? Same thing. It is 2 by 5 is greater than 1 by 3. So final answer is, you should write like this. Whichever way. If they have asked greater, you should put the greater sign. If they ask which is lesser, you can put the less than sign accordingly to the problem. Okay children, did you understand? What did I say? I told this is the fraction. 2 by 5 is a fraction. I am going to compare with another fraction. Compare means I am going to check something, that is whether greater, smaller or equal to. Now I take another fraction, 3 by 5. Here I will be looking at the denominators first. If the denominators are same, they are called like fractions. Here in this case, the denominators are not same, so they are called as unlike fractions. In case of unlike fractions, you have to take the LCM. Here we have to check the numbers. If the numbers are prime numbers, you can directly multiply 5 into 3. So they are called co-primes, or you can say prime numbers. If the prime numbers are appearing as denominators, you can directly take the product of the numbers as the LCM. So LCM is nothing but 15. My LCM is 15. With 15, I am going to convert these fractions to equivalent fractions, and then I will be getting two equivalent fractions. With this equivalent fraction, here if you note, I can understand my denominators are same, so I can directly compare the numerators. If I compare the numerators, my 6 by 15 is greater than 5 by 15. So I can say 2 by 5 is greater than by 1 by 3. Okay, so likewise you have this example, that is what they have done. And this next third example also is that. Then we can not only do the comparisons, you can arrange them also in the ascending order. Ascending smaller to bigger. Then similar way you can also do the descending orders also. Okay. Now you can try this as homework, but I will do this in the next class, so that we can do as a revision in the next class also. Okay. So as of today, we have seen what is a fraction. Fraction will have a numerator, a denominator, and it is a part of a whole. It is a part of a whole thing. Part of a whole thing, and then it will have a numerator, it will have a denominator, and then you can multiply the numerator, and or you can do the same operation with the numerator and the denominator to convert into equivalent fraction. Okay, so that you can do the comparisons, you can do the ascending order, you can do the descending order, all that. Now we have to check what is like and unlike. Like fractions, when the denominators are the same, they are called like fractions. For unlike fractions, when the denominators are different, they are called unlike fractions. Okay, so in your classwork notebook, we can start writing for unit 1. You can say fractions, and then I'll give you the first one. First definition is in page number 22. This is the first one. Fractions is a part of the whole. The whole may be single or a group of objects. Okay. The second one, the equivalent fractions is got by multiplying the numerator and the denominator. And then unlike fractions can be added or subtracted. Before this, you should write what is like and unlike. Okay. So that for that I am giving you the definitions in your WhatsApp. Okay. You can write it here. like fractions and unlike fractions. In like fractions, when the denominator is same, the fractions are called like fractions. Okay, then for unlike fractions you can write the same definition, and on the thing you have to change here. When the denominator is not same, the fractions are called unlike fractions. Okay, unlike fractions. So these two things you can write. Okay, after the first one, second one, you can write these two subheadings and you can do this, and you can write examples 1, 2. Examples 1, 2. This is your first example. You can write the example 2, example 3, example 4. 3, 4 in your classroom. Okay, children, if you have any doubt, please message. We will get back to you. Okay, thank you.